Well, good evening and welcome to the second of two semifinal games in the Cape Atlantic Girls Championship Tournament. Mainland's Mustangs 23-0, number four in the South Jersey Online 25. And Atlantic City with a record of 13-10, meeting for the first time. In the first game, the first semifinal, two other teams meeting for the first time this year. Ocean City defeated Millville 41-35. The Raiders move into the championship game for the fifth time in 7 years and the fourth time in a row. And they will play the winner of this game, Mainland and Atlantic City. Two teams that don't have that same resume. Mainland was in the championship game in 95 and 96 and lost both times. Atlantic City once in 2010 when they won the championship. But Mainland the favorite here with their 23-0 record. But this Atlantic City team is a different team than the one that started the season, Mike.
Absolutely, Tom. It's been a tale of almost two seasons for Atlantic City. You have the transfers coming over in Siani Red Howard and also Tahira Howard from two different schools. And, of course, once they became eligible and things really started to gel for the Vikings as a whole, it is a different team almost. And, you know, because of maybe some troubles earlier on in the season, some early losses, they're actually a double-digit seed in the state tournament, but obviously the number 4 seed in the Cape Atlantic League tournament. And I think, you know, you ask anyone around the Cal, it depends on when you played Atlantic City. If you played them earlier in the year, you know, it was a much easier sledding, if you will, than if you played them later in the year. And obviously a very dangerous 4 seed. But when you're talking about Mainland and you're talking about Kylie Watson, you're not only talking about the top player in South Jersey, arguably the top player in the state, and one of the top sophomores in the entire country. So certainly a tall task tonight for Atlantic City. And for Mainland, as you mentioned, undefeated so far. It's been that dream season, but this is that crunch time when the wins matter that much more. They would love to get to the Cape Atlantic League final, win a Cal championship, and obviously on from there in the state playoffs as well.
Mainland with 4 seniors and Watson. So that's a pretty good player to have back for the next 2 years, as Mike just explained. And Atlantic City with no seniors in its starting lineup. They do have a couple that play off the bench. And obviously Tahira Howard, an all-star caliber player at Atlantic Tech who transferred, Siani Red Howard, who came in from Holy Spirit, and Savannah Robertson, who came in from Ocean City. That trio has definitely changed the picture of Atlantic City basketball. They still have the 4'11 sophomore, Madison Bressel, pestering people outside with her quick defense, and Kiaje Canty, who can score, the 5'7 junior. So they're a more challenging team than they were, but as Mike alluded, they don't have a Kylie Watson with that type of reputation. So Ocean City hoping for a third shot at Mainland. They could even get a fourth one because they're both Group 3 schools. The Raiders went into overtime twice against Mainland, and they would love a third shot on Saturday, and Mainland wouldn't mind it either.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's always fun when Mainland and Ocean City get together, and you mentioned obviously an opportunity for meeting number 3, possibly meeting number 4 in the South Jersey Group 3 final. But, you know, if you're the Mustangs, if you're Mainland, you can't get ahead of yourself. Obviously, you're the favorite in this game. You're the favorite in the tournament, but you have to take care of business tonight. You don't get to Stockton on Saturday unless you win this one. And look, as we've talked about, Atlantic City, they're battle-tested. You know, they really have nothing to lose. I mean, as the 4 seed, they're not expected to win this game, but a lot of talent across the board for AC. Obviously, there's no one in South Jersey that can match up against Kylie Watson, but it's going to come down to how well can the AC guards match up against the Mainland guards, because Mainland certainly has a lot of talent in the backcourt as well.
Jason Lance in his third year, 41-33. He's 1-1 in Cape Atlantic tournament play. And Scott Betson, 114-40 in his 7th year. He's 4-3 in Cape Atlantic tournament play. As we said, Mainland's reached the championship game twice. and Atlantic City once, as they're getting ready to introduce the starting lineups here at St. Augustine Prep. Tomorrow, of course, there's a doubleheader at Absegami, and you will hear the 7 o'clock game between Atlantic City and Pleasantville here on 97.3 ESPN, as well as both championship games on Saturday starting at noon. The first game tomorrow is St. Augustine against Wildwood Catholic, and then Atlantic City will play Pleasantville. Both, while here we've got two games with teams that haven't played all year. Those teams have all played each other during the season in boys basketball.
Yeah, the Cape Atlantic League tournament as a whole, Tom. You know, with SNJ Today TV, I get a chance to cover a lot of the leagues around South Jersey. And this Cal tournament, it's just put such a spotlight, such a focus on the Cal. And it just makes it more fun. You know, you talk about the Tri-County Conference, the Olympic Conference, Colonial Conference. None of those leagues have this sort of postseason tournament leading up to the state playoffs. So it's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of anticipation over the course of the season, leading up to who's going to make the field, where they're going to be seated, and then obviously it all builds toward championship Saturday at Stockton. But, you know, since its inception, this tournament has been a hit. I'm surprised that maybe some of the other leagues around South Jersey don't go to it. I know a lot of the leagues in North Jersey also have a league tournament, but, you know, it's just a lot of fun, and there's just nothing like championship Saturday at Stockton, that doubleheader and a packed house there at Stockton University. And obviously one of the teams here tonight going to punch its ticket there to face Ocean City.
Yeah, and of course there's county tournaments too throughout the state, and I guess the biggest of all is the Shore Conference tournament, where it seems like there's 75 teams in it, and they play it over a number of weeks, and they're getting to the semifinals and finals right now. And we noticed that Tahira Howard is not starting for Atlantic City. She injured her ankle against Ocean City. Did not play on Saturday against Paul VI because they wanted her rested for this game. So they may be just resting her a little bit before in the early goings of this game. We were not indicated that she would not play, but she is not starting. And Atlantic City will start with Madison Bressel, the 4'11 sophomore, Savannah Robertson, the 5'7 junior, Siani Red Howard, the 5'9 sophomore, Kiaje Canty, 5'7 junior, and Kadena Harris Hood, the 5'1 senior. That's the starting lineup for Atlantic City. So we'll see how it develops with Tahira Howard. She had a knee problem last year that was taken care of, but it was her ankle that she injured against Ocean City. Mainland will start 5'6 senior Francesca Geramini, 5'7 senior Georgia Schoen, 6'4 sophomore Kylie Watson, 6 foot senior Gabby Boggs, and 5'10 senior Alyssa Nazarok. Officials for today: Steve Shinkarik, Abby Ortiz, and Doug Hiltner. So about ready to go here at St. Augustine. The winner plays Ocean City in the championship game Saturday at noon, and you can see Ocean City players sprinkled all over the gym here as they're going to watch this game, or at least some of it, before they leave, including their coaching staff.
A little advanced scouting never hurts, right? Although you'd like to think that they know everything about Mainland to this point, having played them twice, but you just never know. You always gain a little bit more knowledge the more you scout.
Sure. And of course they played Atlantic City just last week. Okay, it's going to be Watson jumping center. And the tip is controlled. She jumped against Candy by Mainland. Schoen with the ball, brings it across half court. Gives it to Watson on the left wing. She bounces outside to Geramini. Back to Watson left side. She fires a 17-footer, back rim no good. The rebound by Robertson. Atlantic City on the run. Bressel across half court, feeds inside, and a foul as Kadena Harris Hood was shooting.
Atlantic City coming out in a zone defense there. Looked like a 3-2. And Kylie Watson, as a result, taking that jumper from the outside. She's certainly capable of knocking that down, Tom, but I think you have to live with that, and that's certainly the game plan for Atlantic City, try to force her away from the lane, force her to shoot jumpers.
Gabby Schoen drew the foul. The first free throw is no good by Harris Hood. Didn't mean for that to rhyme. Ocean City missed 12 or 13 free throws in their win in the opening game. Second free throw by the 5'1" senior is good, and Atlantic City takes a 1-0 lead. Vikings drop back, though Bressel was just across half court. She likes to pester the other team's guards and does a good job of it. Left side, Watson looks to the foul line to Boggs. Boggs drops it for Giramini, who backs off with a dribble. Sean. Boggs handles. Giramini can shoot from the perimeter with a pass across court to Watson. She's double teamed, feeds to Boggs, and Boggs loses it, but it comes to Mainland. They get it to Watson, left of the lane. She spins off the glass and good.
Just great patience there by the Mustangs, almost turning the ball over, but collecting it right back, and Kylie Watson able to bank in two.
2-1 Mainland. At the top of the key, Bressel. Atlantic City in interesting looking gray uniforms with white lettering. And very little blue showing. Teams are getting more creative with their uniforms.
It's that Villanova V too, right? If I'm not mistaken, for Vikings, V for Villanova.
Yeah. I didn't notice that. Mainland all in white with the green lettering. All right, Atlantic City trying to get something going here, but Mainland pestering them on defense. Robertson gets it on the right wing. She's to the foul line. Floater off the dribble's no good. Got her own rebound. Canny with the ball. Canny to the basket. Blocked by Watson. Watson with a rebound. She brings it across half court. Skip pass across to Schoen. There's Boggs down the lane. The shot's no good. And the rebound is taken off. Well, who traveled? Two girls went to the floor with the ball. Siani, Red Howard, and Schoen. And a traveling violation, I guess, is called against Atlantic City.
That's a tough break because Red Howard did grab the rebound. Then there was some contact there as it looked like Boggs, her momentum carried right into Red Howard. But tough break for the Vikings as the ball goes back to Mainland.
Comes into Giramini. She's between the circles. Bressel chases her. Gives it off to Schoen. Back to Giramini, left side. Giramini, a transfer from Holy Spirit before last season. Feeds at the foul line to Boggs. They get down low, right of the lane to Nazarok. Here's a three on the way, no good. But Watson with a big rebound, spins it up, no good. Then tips it, but it's controlled by Canty. Watson hits the floor. Down, Harris Hood puts it up too strong. Rebound by Boggs. Outlet to Watson. Watson on the run. Chased down, and the ball stolen away from her by Red Howard.
Just incredible hustle there by Atlantic City. It was a fast break, 1-on-none, and all of a sudden, two AC Vikings catch up with Watson.
Red Howard turns it over, starting a drive, just lost control of the ball, and it goes over to Mainland. Mustangs 2, Atlantic City 1, 5:11 remaining in the first quarter. Girls Cape Atlantic semifinal. Winner plays Ocean City on Saturday. Watson on the right wing. Goes down low. That's Nazarok. They get it to Schoen, and she's fouled.
It's really a contrast in styles offensively for these teams, Tom. Mainland almost coming from that Ocean City school of thought, which is to run a lot of clock, run your offense through, be very patient on offense. Atlantic City, on the other hand, you've seen them attack the basket sort of, you want to say early on in the shot clock, but no shot clock, but attack the basket more quickly, obviously, than Mainland.
Harris Hood draws the foul. Georgia Schoen to the line, 5'7" senior. Misses the first free throw. 4:56 left first quarter. First game was 6-3 at the end of the first quarter, so they're tending to get started slowly here.
Hope you took the under for both games.
Second free throw is good by Schoen, so it's 3-1 Mainland. Bressel with the ball, moves to the right, gets it to Harris Hood. She's looking for a cutting teammate. Gets the ball to Robertson. Outside, Canny wanted to shoot a three, but couldn't get it. Harris Hood backs off with a dribble. Giramini is guarding her. To the left wing, now Harris Hood penetrates, gets it to Canty. Canty backs off behind the three-point line, starts a move, stops at the foul line, gets it to Red Howard, muscle play into the lane, shoots it up, no good. Rebound, Giramini. Quickly across half court, They get it to Watson, right side. She travels.
Yeah, pretty clear call there. Watson just shuffling the feet, not quite getting herself set before she made a move to the basket.
Taylor Dalzell, a 5'10 junior, checks into the game for Mainland. Familiar name at both Mainland and Holy Spirit in the history of those two schools and sports. The name Dalzell.
She had a nice game against Ocean City last time out, too. Big contributions off of the bench, and what ultimately was an overtime win for Mainland.
Red Howard with the ball, guarded by Watson. Tried to make a cut. The ball's tipped away, but she gets it back. Red Howard in the lane. Short shot rolls off the rim. Rebound by Schoen. Quickly across half court is Schoen, looking for somebody cutting to the basket. Finally gets it right side to Dalzell. Back out to Schoen. Boggs at the foul line. And now Geromini. 3.5 minutes left first quarter. It's 3-1 Mainland. On the right wing, they swing it out to Geromini. Top of the key, starts a drive, feeds Watson right of the lane. Here's a three on the way from Dalzell. It's good.
Those are going to be there all night. They're obviously collapsing on Watson. It's what most teams have to do. It's going to free up those outside shooters. We mentioned Dalzell has come up big in some big games this year. Certainly a big early three here tonight.
6-1. Crossover by Bressel. She gets the ball in the corner. Three on the way. Off the rim, no good by Canty. Mainland on a break. Dalzell in the lane, intercepted by Bressel. She races across half court. Crosses over again. Pulls up. 10-footer's no good. Rebound by Schoen. Schoen across half court. Races to the left corner. Dalzell with the ball. Gets it to Geromini. Open for three. Rims the basket, no good. And Atlantic City's going to let it go out of bounds. 2:33 left first quarter. 6-1 Mainland.
You know, last time down for Atlantic City, Tom, we saw Bressel sort of attack the basket. It was almost a 1-on-2, but, you know, I think if you're Jason Lance, you don't mind that because Mainland defensively, when they get set, they're just so big on the inside. They're really suffocating. So if AC can get something going in transition, I think the Vikings have to almost try every opportunity.
Bressel with the ball. Bounces it to Robertson between the circles. Robertson to the right sideline, looking to get a step. Gets it back to Bressel, left wing. She gets it in the corner to Canty. And it's stolen away by Schoen. Outlet to Geromini. Geromini has it tipped away and out of bounds. And last touched by Geromini. Bressel got her hand in there, tipped it away, but tipped it against her. And Atlantic City will take possession.
Great hustle again by Atlantic City. That's twice now where it seemed like it was going to be a clear layup for Mainland, but Atlantic City charging back on the break and making things that much more difficult.
Megan Crawford, 5'7" sophomore. Alexandra Fader, 5'8" sophomore, into the game for Atlantic City. Bressel across half court. Gets the ball to Robertson. Here's a three on the way by Red Howard. It's good.
Obviously, Atlantic City needing a bucket here. First field goal of the game, and it's a huge one. Brings AC within two.
Geromini across half court. Passes right side. Gets it back. Feed inside for Watson. It's tipped away, and it's out of bounds off Watson. Atlantic City possession with a chance to tie.
Tom Watson battling some flu-like symptoms coming into this game, and obviously her at less than 100% is still much better than a lot of players, but you're just seeing, you know, maybe a little less bounce in her step early on.
Bressel strong to the basket, draws a foul, and she'll go to the line. Foul is charged against Schoen. That's her second. And on the line is Bressel. First free throw is good. Shane replaced by Nazarok. Second free throw coming by Bressel. And she ties the game. 6-6 with 1:10 left in the first quarter. Geromini to Watson, left wing. Feeds baseline, gets it back, and travels.
And again, just things a little bit off for Kylie Watson so far. I mean, a number of turnovers so far. She did have the early bucket, but just mistakes you're not used to seeing out of Kylie Watson.
Bressel brings it across half court. Red Howard between the circles, guarded by Watson. Has a screen going right, doesn't use it. Drives to the lane, feeds it back out to Bressel. Bressel drops it off. Shots up and good off the glass by Megan Crawford.
Degree of difficulty about a 10 there, Tom. Hand in her face, and she had to go high off of the glass to get that one.
8-6 Atlantic City. At the foul line, Boggs feeds inside. They get it to Watson, right at the lane. Her shot spins in.
Just a long stride. She's able to beat that double team and get to the basket with ease.
She's got 4. It's 8-8. 10 seconds left first quarter. Bressel with the ball near half court. Wants a screen or something. She penetrates, feeds in the corner. 3 on the way. It is good. And Megan Crawford makes her presence felt. She scores 5 points in about 45 seconds. And Atlantic City has an 11-8 lead at the end of the first quarter.
You want to talk about a boost off of the bench. That'll certainly get it done. How about that for Megan Crawford? A little momentum heading into the second quarter.
Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN, brought to you by Atlanticare, with urgent care centers all over South Jersey. The rides aren't open. Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City, but this is a good time to get bargains for next summer. At Wonderland Pier, your tickets never expire. Bring your leftover tickets from this year to the park when it opens next spring. Though it feels like spring today, doesn't it?
It does. Tomorrow, though, might be a different story.
That's right. Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at Gillians.com and at Staten's Gallery, Asbury Avenue, downtown Gillians. Also brought to you by Vagabond Kitchen and Tap House, just down the street from Atlantic City High School. The neighbor with the best burgers. Vagabond features live entertainment every night. Vagabond Kitchen and Tap House is open weeknights until 1 a.m. until 3 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Join your fellow Vikings before and after the games at Vagabond. Don't forget, tomorrow at 7, Mike and Mike, the original Mike and Mike, will bring you Atlantic City Pleasantville in a boys semifinal here on 97.3 ESPN.
Looking forward to it. You know, that the score was a little lopsided the first time around at the Battle by the Bay, Tom, but Pleasantville was really in that game until Ray Bethia basically just took over late in the third quarter.
He scored, what, 46?
Yeah, it was close to 50.
Yeah.
Close to 50, no doubt.
Bressel, top of the key with the ball as Atlantic City has possession to start the second quarter. They lead by 3. Bressel with a crossover, another crossover, gets a step, puts it up, too high off the glass. Red Howard with a rebound, no good. And Bressel pulls the rebound away. Atlantic City retains possession. Red Howard, guarded by Watson, puts it in the hands of Robertson. Again, Tahira Howard not playing for Atlantic City, or hasn't played yet. Crossover by Robertson. Left-handed shots too high off the glass. Rebound by Geremini. She races across half court. Sideline, they get the ball back to Geremini. Bounces the ball to Boggs. Brings it outside. Geremini wide open for 3. It's short. The rebound by Boggs. Left side, another 3 on the way. Too strong by Claudia Marone. The rebound by Red Howard. Atlantic City by 3. They've got the ball.
You know, Mainland not using Kylie Watson in that high post in that zone offense, sort of using her out on the wing, and they're counting on Boggs to get it done in the paint right now. And AC really able to neutralize Watson at least as best as any team can so far.
Red Howard trying to make a move, and she travels. 6:36 left first half. Atlantic City 11, Mainland 8. Francesca Geremini across half court, swings it left side to Marone. Boggs is open from 18, back rim no good. Watson rebounds, and she scores, but they wave it off, and a foul's going to be called on Red Howard.
Now, by putting Watson where Mainland is on offense, that is what's going to happen. She's going to be able to grab more of those rebounds from the wing position, and just taller and stronger than a lot of the opposition, and that time having her way on the inside.
First foul on Red Howard. Bressel gets a rest, and Harris Hood is back in for Atlantic City. Geremini passes right side. Dalzell bounces it in. They get it back to Geremini. 18-footer's good.
Just unselfish there by Watson. Almost double team back to the basket. Defense collapsing. Going to leave teammates open out top. That time it was Jeremini, and she knocks it down.
11-10 Atlantic City. Harris Hood couldn't get through. Draws a double team. Gets it back. Harris Hood to the basket, and she's fouled by Dalzell.
Atlantic City's been aggressive. They've been driving. That time, obviously, a foul on the play. A couple times the shots have been a little bit wild, but give the Vikings credit. They're being aggressive on offense.
First on Dalzell, third team foul. Atlantic City possession. Harris Hood holds, brings it out high. Crawford puts it in the hands of Robertson. Crawford scored 5 quick points off the bench. Harris Hood, the one senior on this Atlantic City team. Gets the ball at Crawford. Crawford starts a drive, puts it off the dribble, up off the rim, no good. Bounced off the rim a couple of times, and it's out of bounds to Mainland.
That was Fader battling for the rebound on the inside, but Mainland with position. Ball goes out of bounds off of Fader.
Canny back in, replaces Robertson for Atlantic City. 5:37 left in the first half. It's 11-10 Atlantic City. Jeremini to the right wing. Crossover, foul line, feeds inside to Watson. It's up and good. Mainland takes the lead back.
Almost looked like Jeremini was throwing an alley-oop to Watson, but obviously she's got some size. She was able to catch, bring it down, and then get 2.
She's got 6. 12-11 Mainland. Between the circles, Canty moving right. Stopped, gets to Crawford. Foul line shot is short. The rebound is out of bounds to Mainland.
Looked like Jeremini may have stepped on the line with the basketball there. We'll see.
Oh, all right.
I think she wanted a foul on the play, and that's what Scott Betson is talking to Doug Hiltner about right now, but it looks like it'll stay with AC.
Here's Tahira Howard into the game, along with Shakia Hassan, the 6-foot junior for Atlantic City. The ball turned over. Watson on the run. Watson down the lane. Reverse layup doesn't go. And the ball's out of bounds to Mainland.
Watson almost got caught sort of in between. She took a long step, and then she had to take another one to try the reverse layup. But by that time, she was almost out of momentum going up.
Marone for 3. Yes, on the inbound pass. Her first points. Mainland's second three-pointer. They lead by 4.
If the Mustangs are hitting threes, Tom, they're tough to beat. Obviously, the presence on the inside, but if those shots are falling for the outside, good luck.
Canny fires it up, too strong. Rebound taken by Dalzell. Dalzell across half court, top of the key. Foul line, swings it. There's Marone again for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound grab by Tahira Howard. Cross half court, Harris Hood. Vikings down by 4, halfway through the second quarter. Harris Hood starts a move, draws a foul. Might be on Watson. It is.
It'll be interesting to see what Tahira Howard can give Atlantic City offensively. Obviously not at 100%. She's coming off the bench tonight, and just what kind of range of motion she has with that knee.
Mainland calls time. 4:13 left first half. The Mustangs lead it here by a score of 15-11. And Scott Betson calls a full timeout. The game of the week produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN, brought to you by Atlantic Care with urgent care centers all over South Jersey. Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you'll continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. At Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. They're open weekdays until 6, Saturdays until 6, and Sundays until 4. Help is just around the corner at Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464. Visit them online at shorehardware.com. This game brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team every week. Any stats jumping out at you with just halfway through the second quarter, Mike?
Well, Watson obviously with the 6 points on the inside, but lately for Mainland, it's been the 3-point shooting. I mean, they're 2 for 6, but those 2 have come on recent possessions, and that explains the 4-point lead to this point.
15-11, 4:13 left first half. It comes inbounds to Bressel near half court. She's between the circles, moves to the right wing, starts a drive, hooks a pass inside, and it's taken away by Dalzell, who bobbles but gets it ahead. Geremini feeds. The short shot is blocked by Canty. That was Nazarok taking the shot, but Canty's charged with a foul. Her first, team third. Alyssa Nazarok goes to the line. 5'10" senior.
She was almost falling away as she went up with that, knowing that a couple of Atlantic City players were coming across, but still able to draw the foul and get to the stripe.
Lines it up on the side of her head and puts it in. Ooh, nice soft touch, bounced all over the rim and dropped in. Watson comes back in after a brief rest. Boggs will sit down. And here comes Red Howard back in for Atlantic City. She replaces Fader. Atlantic City pretty much has its biggest team on the floor. Second free throw coming from Nazarok. And she makes it. Geremini's replaced by Boggs for the Mustangs. With Scott Betson giving people rest when he can. 17-11, Mainland by 6. Less than 4 minutes to play first half. Winner plays Ocean City at noon Saturday at Stockton. Feed inside is out of bounds, too high. Trying to get the ball into the hands of Hassan.
Bressel on the pass there, and the play was there to be made, just as you said, Tom, just to pass a little bit off the mark, and the margin for error really non-existent when you're trying to get over the top of Kylie Watson and the Mainland bigs.
Dalzell bounces to Watson, right wing, and the Bressel knocks the pass away with a steal, cross half court. Bressel, top of the key, backs off. She's guarded by Dalzell. Out between the circles to Red Howard. Guarded by Watson. Red Howard with a crossover. Hands it off to Bressel. Round her back with a dribble. Guarded by Dalzell. 3 minutes left first half. Mainland by 6. Tahira Howard to the basket. It's up and good. They wave it off. But there's a foul. And that's why they waved it off.
Tough break for Howard. She certainly had the momentum going to the basket, but the foul did occur right around the elbow, pretty far from the basket, so they wave it off.
It's on Nazarok. Her first, team fifth. Comes in. Tahira Howard puts it up short. The rebound taken off by Marone. Marone near half court. Right side to Watson. Watson pulls up, shoots the 18-footer, hits the front rim, no good. She didn't want to shoot it, it didn't look like. Bressel got the rebound. Bressel, top of the key, backs off. Bounces inside, it's tipped away by Boggs, and now there's a scrum on the floor as three girls are down trying to get possession, and Mainland has the arrow.
Stang swarming defensively in this quarter, Tom. They're pitching a shutout. I mean, Atlantic City had 11 points after one. They're still stuck on 11 here with 2.5 to go till halftime.
9-0 in the second quarter. Marone with the ball. She's going to bring it across half court with the dribble. Dalzell. Across to Watson on the right wing. Skip pass across to Marone. Three on the way. Yes!
You think Marone has the green light to shoot anytime she catches from the outside? Just an outstanding touch on the three.
She's hit two of them here in the second quarter, 6 points, and it's a 20-11 lead for Mainland. Red Howard has it tipped away. Ooh, they called her back court. She went to save it. It looked like it was tipped out of her possession, but we don't have a whistle.
Didn't need to be saved, right? You're right. I mean, if she just would have let that ball go into the backcourt, then collected it and brought it back across, I don't think there would have been a whistle. Clearly, there was a Mainland deflection there, but she wasn't sure, tried to save it, and turnover against Atlantic City.
Geremini back on for the Mustangs. She's got the ball. Also, Robertson back in for Atlantic City. Geremini, top of the key to the foul line, feeds inside to Watson, and a whistle. I assume that's a foul.
Yeah, Watson with position in tight there, and you know they haven't been forcing the ball to her. Mainland hasn't, but that time it was there. They get it down to her. Atlantic City comes with a double team, but you're going to have to foul Kylie Watson when she's in that deep.
Second on Red Howard. Lob into Marone. Right side, Geromini. Back to Marone. Can't get the three. She traveled.
Yeah, the officials are calling that. We've seen a couple of them went against Watson. That one goes against Marone, and it's been consistent. Just a little bit of a shuffling of the feet before the ball goes down for a dribble.
Red Howard comes out with 2 fouls. And Harris Hood is back on for Atlantic City. Vikings down 9, a minute and a half left first half. Harris Hood with the ball. Penetrates down the lane, shot's no good. Got her own rebound, or at least broke it loose. Now this is scum on the floor. And this time Atlantic City has the arrow.
The Vikings just need to get something going here. I mean, it's obvious, Tom, but getting shut out right now in the second quarter, you're not going to be able to cut all the way into this deficit, but just to feel good going into halftime, you got to find a way to get a bucket here.
Dalzell replaces Marone for Mainland. It comes into Tahira Howard, and she's fouled in the lane. We'll see if it was in the act of shooting.
Sure looked like it.
No. Second on Nazarok. Team foul number 6 against Mainland, but it's possession Atlantic City. Harris Hood to Bressel near half court. Bressel with a crossover, gets a step, bounces inside to Hassan. She's tied up, but gets it loose and puts it in off the glass.
And a much-needed bucket for Atlantic City. Now all of a sudden it's a 7-point game, and you try to create just a little bit of momentum heading into the locker rooms.
A minute left first half. Mainland with the ball. They lead by 7. Geromini passes right side. That's Dalzell. Back to Geromini on the sideline. She backs off. Skip pass to Watson. Watson spins into the lane, loses the ball. And again, 3, 4, 5, 6 players on the floor trying to get it. Atlantic City gets it and gets a timeout with 37 seconds left in the half. It was Robertson who grabbed the ball, and a timeout called by Jason Lance.
Mad scramble for the basketball there. It almost looked like Atlantic City was about to be called for a travel as they were trying to stand up with the basketball, but Jason Lance right on top of it gets the quick TO.
You'll like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Heist Insurance Agency. They're coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years experience. Flood, boat, auto, life, health. They offer it all at the Heist Agency with convenient offices in Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. Phone 609-399-0453. You'll also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. So that shows you how important it is. Jason Lance thinks it is to get another bucket here. You spend a timeout with 37 seconds left to keep possession.
Right, and if it's me, I'm trying to hold for one here, and so at worst it's a 7-point deficit, and at best you get a little bit more momentum and maybe cut it to 5 or even 4 heading in.
Robertson guarded by Watson. Dribbles to the baseline, tries to spin on her, can't do it. Bounces the ball to Bressel. Hassan in the corner, feeds for Howard, it's through her hands, scooped up by Dalzell. Dalzell out in front for Watson. Watson right in the lane and travels.
Another clear call. She had established her pivot foot, tried to make a move, and then switched feet.
10.3 seconds left first half. Atlantic City with the ball, they're down 7. Harris Hood at the foul line, all the way through. Jump hook, off the glass, no good. Rebound Geromini. And she throws from beyond half court as the first half comes to an end. With Mainland on top of Atlantic City, 20-13. They outscored them 12-2 in that second period to take a 7-point lead here at intermission. If you need work on your car, you can trust Don and Glenn to treat it as if it were their own at Wiesenthal's Auto Service in Ocean City. Their staff will repair your vehicle and prevent potential problems. Call them at 609-399-9741 to schedule an appointment. No matter where you live, it's worth a trip to Ocean City to keep your vehicle operating properly. Don, Glenn, the legendary Al, and Chris the Rockstar will handle all of your repairs. Wiesenthal's Auto Service, 9th and West, right in the center of Ocean City. Atlantic Care Urgent Care Centers are located throughout South Jersey, staffed with board-certified providers, registered nurses, and x-ray technologists. They provide care for non-life-threatening emergencies and illnesses 7 days a week, including holidays, without an appointment or long wait times. X-ray and lab services are right on site. If the unexpected happens, it's the urgent care you know you can trust. For a complete list of hours and locations, visit atlanticcare.org/urgent. So, Mike, anything interesting on that box score? Neither team probably shooting that well.
Well, from three, Tom, both are shooting well. They're not taking a lot of shots, but Mainland 3 for 7, Atlantic City 2 for 3. But the bench scoring jumps out. I mean, at the end of the first quarter, it was certainly Megan Crawford with those quick 5 points, and there's 7 points total for AC off of the bench. And then Mainland responding as they surged in front in the second quarter. Mainland has 9 points off of the bench, and Claudia Marone with 6 of those on a couple of threes. So some key players off of the bench doing big things for both teams, but obviously it's going to come down to how well can Atlantic City respond coming out in the third quarter, because the Vikings only managed 2 points in the second.
Leading the way for Mainland with 6 points each are Kylie Watson and Claudia Marone. Claudia hit 2 of those threes Mike was talking about. And Taylor Dalzell has 3, Giramini 2, Shane has 1, and Nazarok also has 2. She's made both of her free throws. Atlantic City is led by Megan Crawford, who scored quickly off the bench, 5 points. Red Howard has 3, Bressel and Hassan 2, and Harris Hood has scored 1 point. Robertson, who's usually one of their leading scorers, has not scored, and Tahira Howard's only played, 2-3 minutes in the second period after not playing at all in the first quarter.
And obviously it looks like she's limited. I mean, that has to be the reason why she's not starting. I mean, well enough to play, feeling good enough to play, but as we all know, sometimes coming back from an injury, it takes some repetition. It takes some real game action to get back into the flow of things. She hasn't played. She has to try and work herself back up to speed here quickly if Atlantic City is going to get back in this one.
In the first game, Ocean City defeated Millville 41-35. Raiders improved to 18-7. Millville drops to 18-5. It's the 5th time in the 7 years of the Cape Atlantic tournament that Ocean City's been in the finals. But their overall record in championship games is 5-2, because they'd won some championships before they started playing tournaments, when it was just American Conference against National Conference champions. Leading the way for Ocean City was their 6-foot sophomore Emma Finnegan with 10 points. Abby Fenton scored 8, and Savannah Holt, Daniel Donahue, and Tori Rolls each had 5. For Millville, Alexis Harrison led all scorers with 13 points. They got 8 from Capri Holden, as there was a lot of good bench scoring in that game as well. Holden came off the bench to score 8 for Millville, and Ocean City got 15 points off the bench, with Delaney Lappin, Savannah Holt, and Abby Fenton all scoring. So it's Ocean City against either Mainland or Atlantic City in the championship game on Saturday at 2.
And a tip of the cap to Millville, too, Tom. I mean, this is a program that not that long ago went a very, very long time, and I'm sure you may know the actual stat better than I do, but just went a long time without winning a game. And then all of a sudden, Jason Kessler steps in, and you start to build the program. And, yes, they haven't gotten over the top. They haven't gotten to a Cal championship game, now losing in the semifinals. But now that they've been to the tournament a couple times and winning a game for the first time this year, that's going to pay dividends down the road. Ocean City, look, it's a tough ask. It's a team that's been there, and a lot of the older players for Ocean City this year were key reserves, and even key players last year and the year before on that championship Ocean City team. So great run from Millville, and obviously Ocean City hoping they get Mainland. As weird as that sounds, they'd like to get a little bit of revenge, but obviously OC thrilled to be in that championship game, and they're ready to take on whoever comes out of this one.
Millville won the championship back in 1994. I think Jason was probably in about the 7th grade. I don't know exactly how old he is, but the Thunderbolts, as you said, were on hard times. Lost more than 50 in a row, I think, and they got back to the semifinals here, but lost to Ocean City. And these two teams have Atlantic City won in 2010 in overtime over Holy Spirit. That was the year when they played at Egg Harbor Township, and both games went into overtime. Ocean City boys beat Lower Cape May, and Atlantic City girls beat Holy Spirit, and that's their only appearance in a final. Mainland's been there twice, in 95 and 96, and lost both times. So Mainland has never won the overall Cape Atlantic League Championship. So there's a lot of things at stake in these programs as they continue to try to build. Mainland, of course, undefeated, would like to keep that going, and they've got the Group 3 tournament ahead of them as well.
You don't like to say that the window is small for Mainland, Tom, because Kylie Watson's only a sophomore, and obviously, if she stays healthy, she's going to dominate South Jersey for the next 2 years as well. But, you talk about that window because Mainland does have a lot of senior pieces around her. And, of course, last year they had an outstanding team, but losing in the semifinals of the Cal, losing in the final in Group 3, and no one graduated from that team. So this was the year, right? This is the year for Mainland, and certainly they're living up to the billing so far undefeated. But it's this stretch, as we talked about off the top, that really matters in terms of how people are going to remember this team. So, yes, the window will be wider for Mainland because Watson's there for a while. But look, it's a team that's led by seniors around Watson. So they want to win now, and they not only want to win the Cal, they want to win South Jersey Group 3 and maybe a few games beyond that as well.
Don't forget, you can watch this game live streamed by Matt Ulmer, Ulmer's Appliances, and you can do that by going to 973ESPN.com and check it out there. We'll take time out for some messages. You're listening to Cape Atlantic League Tournament Basketball on 97.3 ESPN.
I didn't know they played those 2010 games at EHT. What happened? Because that was the year I was out.
Augustine Prep in Richland, Cape Atlantic girls semifinal between Mainland and Atlantic City with the Mustangs on top here 20-13. The winner plays Ocean City on Saturday at noon at Stockton University for the Cape Atlantic League Championship. Ocean City was in the finals the last 3 years. They were in the finals the last 3 years and lost to Middle Township 2 years ago, won the other two, and the last two have went into overtime. So, and they've got 2 overtime games already with Mainland. It would be interesting to see what happens if it's the two again playing a third time.
And last year, a lot of people that are at the game certainly don't forget, but it was Ocean City, Middle Township, and basically Ocean City held the ball in overtime. I think maybe Middle had possession first and then didn't score, and then Ocean City got the ball and basically held it for 3+ minutes and worked it all the way down, and the rest is history. Hey, whatever it takes, no shot clock in New Jersey, but Ocean City obviously used to that stage, and whoever comes out of this, it'll be the first time there in quite a while.
We'll see if they play. No, they do not play Tahira Howard to start the second half. Atlantic City, she did not start the game, played 2 or 3 minutes in the second quarter. The ball comes inbounds for Mainland to Geromini. The Mustangs lead it by 7 as we start the second half. It goes inside to Watson, back out to Boggs at the foul line. Swing it right. Shane with the ball at the top of the key to Watson at the foul line. Strong drive, off the glass and good.
And that time to start the second half, Mainland moving Watson into that high post position on the zone offense, and it's already paying dividends.
She's got 8. Bressel with a crossover. Tries to feed the ball to Red Howard. It's tipped away by Geramini. She's on the run. Her shot is too strong. The rebound loose on the floor. Grabbed by Bressel. Bressel, 3-on-2. Drops it off for Robertson. Back to Bressel on the baseline. Robertson across to the left wing. Pressured and fouled or something. A timeout called by Atlantic City. With 7:07 left in the third quarter. A 30-second timeout called by Jason Lance. He obviously didn't like something. If you live in Cape May County and you're having problems with an appliance, your next call should be to Ulmer's Appliance Service. Dryers, refrigerators, ranges, washers, dishwashers, disposals, you name it. Ulmer's can repair it, and they service most major brands. Ulmer's Appliance Service has offices in Ocean City, Wildwood, Seaville, and Sea Isle City. There's one close to you. Phone 609-399-4398 for more information. Ulmer's Appliance Service. Atlantic City ball, and it comes into Bressel. Shane didn't see the ball and it sailed right just over her head. Baseline feet inside, this ball stolen away. Now a scramble on the floor. It's loose again and picked up by Boggs. She gets it to Watson at half court. Watson down the lane, bounces right side. They get it out to Geramini. To Watson left of the lane. And now Geramini again. Shane lobs to Watson left of the lane. Foul line Boggs. They go right to Geramini. Back to Boggs. He tried to line one up from 17 feet and couldn't. Here's a skip pass. Tipped away by Canty and out of bounds. It'll be Mainland possession.
And again, good patience by the Mustangs. No field goal attempt resulting as they still have the basketball here, but just working from the inside out, getting it down to Watson, kicking it back out, not forcing anything, and seeing what's available.
Geramini with the ball. Skips it across to Shane. In the corner, Boggs starts down the baseline, pinned to the baseline, brings it out to Shane. Back to Boggs again, right baseline. Lobs to Watson, right of the lane. Back to Boggs. Her shot is good.
And again, that's the first 2 for Boggs, but those shots are going to be there all night because they're really putting so much attention on Watson in the paint. If Mainland wants those mid-range jumpers, they're going to be there.
Mainland has an 11-point lead. And Harris Hood strong to the basket, lays it in and draws a foul.
Just what the doctor ordered for Atlantic City. Again, just the Vikings fading a little bit in this ball game, needing something to kind of wake them up, and that was it.
Third foul on Shane, too, so Marone comes back in for Mainland, and Harris Hood goes to the line for a free throw. Also, Alexandra Fader checks in for the Vikings, replacing Canty. Free throw coming for Kadena Harris Hood. She's 1 for 2 on the line, has 3 points. Free throw is good. She's got 4, it's 24-16. An 8-point lead for the Mustangs. Geramini across half court. Drives to the baseline, and Bressel blocks her shot. Atlantic City has the arrow.
I'll tell you what, Bressel is just all hustle, Tom. I mean, she's a coach's dream playing that point guard position, obviously undersized, but she does so much of the dirty work there, and that time she got the tie-up.
Harris Hood with the ball for Atlantic City. Brings it across the timeline. Guarded by Geramini. To the right wing. Pulls up. Feeds right of the lane to Red Howard. Has it punched away from her. And it's scooped up by Nazarok. Down court. Geramini feeds inside. Atlantic City defense collapses. I think there's a foul.
Tough catch down there by Watson, but she's certainly used to that. I mean, she was doubled and then triple teamed that time. It's not easy to catch that pass and then have those bodies around you, but she's just so calm and poised with the basketball and able to draw the foul.
Fader committed the foul, first team foul. Here's Watson in the lane, can't get the shot. They bring it outside. Geramini left side to Nazarok. She spins with the dribble, Foul line, Boggs. Outside Geremini from 18. It's short. Rebound, Bressel. She races down court, goes to the basket. Geremini blocks it out of bounds. Little contact, but incidental.
Yeah, the Vikings fans sitting to our right hoping for a call on that play, but the official's going to say Geremini got all ball with that block.
Taylor Dalzell back in. Geremini sits down for Mainland. The Mustangs by 8. Exactly 5 minutes left in the third quarter. And they're going to let it go to the... I thought they were going to let it go backcourt, but Bressel caught the ball just before it got to the half-court line on the inbounds pass. Harris Hood on the left wing. Pulls up from 18. Overshoots. Red Howard saves it. And it's grabbed by Nazarok. Watson with the ball. Passes left side. Marone for 3. Yes.
Just cannot leave her open. She proved she can knock him down in the first half, and if you're Atlantic City, you have to identify on defense a little quicker than that.
9 points on 3 threes for Claudia Marone. Mainland by 11. Harris Hood. Foul line, crossover, baseline, off the glass, no good. Rebound taken by Marone. Mainland across half court. Nazarok puts it in Dalzell's hands. Dalzell swings it left to Marone. Down low, they get the ball out again to Dalzell. Boggs. Dalzell swings it to Marone. Watson at the foul line. Right side, Boggs. Boggs has it tipped away but picks it up. And Dalzell backs off. 3.5 minutes left, third quarter. Mainland by 11. Right side 3 on the way by Dalzell, no good. Boggs breaks the rebound loose, tries to save it and can't. It's Atlantic City possession. Here comes Tahira Howard. And also Megan Crawford, who was instant offense with 5 points in a very short period of time in the first quarter that gave Atlantic City the lead.
No doubt the Vikings could certainly use another burst like that from Crawford, as they need a spark. They need to find a spark somewhere right now because this game's starting to get away from them a little bit.
Harris Hood across half court. Picks up her dribble and now pressured by Dalzell. She gets it to Crawford. Crawford to the left side, bounces inside, and a whistle. Offensive foul is called against Red Howard.
And again, an obvious call. She just sort of hooked Watson on the way by right in front of the official, and an easy whistle.
Her third, and Candy's back on. Red Howard will sit down. Mainland possession. They lead by 11, 3 minutes left, third quarter. Mustangs looking for a third game with Ocean City on Saturday at Stockton. Right side, Marone lobs into Boggs, and she's fouled.
Yeah, Atlantic City, Tom, I mean, they finished the first quarter with 11 points, and they hit one right at the buzzer there, and they're still stuck on 16 here. 16 with less than 3 to go in the third quarter. So Mainland has really clamped down defensively. Everything difficult right now for Atlantic City.
Fader's second foul. Free throw good by Boggs. She has another. Hassan's back on for Atlantic City. Second free throw is no good. Rebound by, well, it's up for grabs. It's off Atlantic City. Mainland possession.
Yeah, that was Tahira Howard battling in there. Watson had the ball. Howard got a hand on it, but ultimately knocked it out of bounds.
28-16. Inbounds to Boggs. It's tipped away and stolen by Howard. And at half court, and a whistle. Mainland gets a timeout. It's a rule they got to change, Mike. They can't allow coaches to call timeout when the ball's alive. It's too confusing.
Yeah, it certainly takes the focus off of whatever's happening. One official has to be looking at the bench, and he just you don't know if it's always the right call. But
some guy from the stands could yell timeout too.
That's right.
How are you going to know? Anyway, it's a Mainland possession. They lead by 12 here in the third quarter. Shoppy's is even better online. You probably visited their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but at Shoppy.com, you can select and design your own trophy or award and order it right there. Shoppy's also has a complete line of gifts. Remember, you're not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684 for Shoppy's since 1921. Comes inbounds. Mainland with the ball. Giramini passes right. They lob it into Watson, right of the lane. She's fouled.
It's only so long before Watson's going to try one down there. I mean, she's been very unselfish, very patient down there. She's being double, triple teamed and kicking the ball back out. But that time, it was only a double team, so she figures why not? She's able to draw the foul.
Hassan draws the foul. Watson to the line. She has 8 points. First one's good. 9 points for the 6'4" sophomore.
Just taking a visit to South Carolina recently, of course, Dawn Staley, Philadelphia Hoops legend, and South Carolina Gamecocks taking a hard look at Kylie Watson.
Makes them both. She's got 10. It's a 14-point lead for Mainland with 2:25 left in the third quarter. Bressel with the ball. Gets it to Crawford. Crawford left side. Back out to Bressel. Bressel drives and pulls back. Gets the ball to Canty. Canty goes right at Watson. Gets it to Tahira Howard. Feeds Crawford. Shot short. Rebound taken by Watson. Watson across half court with the ball. Passes right side. Dalzell to Boggs. They bounce the ball to Giramini. Boggs spins and the layup is short. The rebound grabbed by Hassan. Gets it to Bressel. Cross half court. Bressel to the left wing. Brings it out between the circles. Tahira Howard with the ball, top of the key, gets a screen, loses the ball. And it's scooped up by Crawford. Crawford feeds to Canty, and timeout's called by Jason Lance. 1:25 left in the third quarter. And he's calling a full timeout. His team trails 30-16. The game of the week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN, brought to you by Atlantic Care, with urgent care centers all over South Jersey. And known all over the Delaware Valley is Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or party store. Johnson's Popcorn, they're at 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 or have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn since 1940. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock here on 97.3 ESPN. It's Atlantic City and Pleasantville in a boys semifinal with Mike Gill and Mike Frankel from Absegami. And then Saturday at noon, we'll have the championship doubleheader here on 97.3 ESPN.
Mainland certainly the prohibitive favorite on the girls' side, Tom, but the boys, I think, is wide open. I think any of those four teams can certainly get the job done.
Here's a three on the way, and it's two. A two by Crawford. Just inside the line. She's got 7 points, cuts the lead to 12. Watson in the backcourt. Brings it across to the wing. Feeds inside for Giramini, who couldn't get a shot. She's open now from 17 and hits it.
Why not, right? If you're that wide open. I mean, no one closed out on her and just able to shoot a wide open shot and knock it down.
She's got 4. It's a 14-point lead. Lob inside for Hassan, and it's out of bounds to Atlantic City. Boggs knocked it out. Atlantic City will inbound. Crawford, the trigger. She gets it into Tahira Howard. Strong to the basket and the whistle.
And Howard maybe could have been called for hooking as well, as she sort of wrapped that arm around Watson to gain some leverage on the way by, but I think the whistle will go against the Mustangs instead.
Second foul on Watson, second team foul. Atlantic City possession. Crawford throws it into the backcourt to Bressel. Bressel races right of the lane. Gets it to Tahira Howard. Candy with the ball. Off the dribble. Shot partially blocked by Boggs. Rebound by Geramini. Geramini circles around in the backcourt till the defense goes away and brings it across the timeline. 25 seconds left, third quarter. Mainland by 14. Geramini right side to Watson, top of the key. She drives, the whistle. She was fouled, missed the shot. And she'll go to the line.
Scott Betson stomping his foot over there. I think he wanted his team to try and hold for one, but certainly can't blame Kylie Watson as the defense sort of parted there. She was able to drive.
First free throw's no good. First foul on Tahira Howard, by the way. Watson had made her 2 previous free throws. And she makes this one. 11 points for Watson. It's 33-18. Mainland by 15 with 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Bressel to the left wing. Crosses over. Gets the ball to Hassan. She throws it up and in. Will it count? Yes. Close.
It was very close. I was kind of leaning the other way, to be honest, Tom, but Atlantic City gets a bucket they desperately needed heading into the fourth.
Kind of just threw it up there, too. I didn't really have time to shoot the proper way, but she's got 4 points, and she cuts that lead to 33-20. The Mainland continuing to build on the lead. They trailed by 3 at the end of the first quarter, held Atlantic City to 2 in the second quarter, and they outscored them 13-7 in that third period. The game of the week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN, brought to you by Atlantic Care, with urgent care centers all over South Jersey. Also brought to you by Vagabond Kitchen and Tap House, just down the street from Atlantic City High School, the neighbor with the best burgers. Vagabond features live entertainment every night. Vagabond Kitchen and Tap House, open weeknights until 1 a.m. till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Join your fellow Viking fans before and after the games at Vagabond. Atlantic City and Pleasantville, excuse me, Mike. Tomorrow it's 7 from Absegami. The first of the 2 semifinals at 5 is St. Augustine against Wildwood Catholic, but you'll hear the Atlantic City Pleasantville game right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Exciting week for Atlantic City hoops, both the girls and the boys. Certainly we're used to the boys being there near the end, but the girls having a nice season as well, but they have to find a way to overcome this deficit in the fourth.
Boggs shot no good. Rebound by Hassan. She whips it down to Red Howard. Red Howard to the basket, pulls up from 5 feet and comes off the rim. Rebound by Boggs. Geramini at the other end. For Watson, it's tipped away. Now Watson gets it back, and they swing it outside the Boggs. Shane slows things down. Passes right wing. Boggs brings it out to Geramini. She drives. Ball knocked away from her. Red Howard goes and gets it. Red Howard on the run. Red Howard to the basket. She's fouled by Boggs.
Good body control there by Red Howard. She knew Mainland was sort of running with her on that break, and she knew what she was doing, leaning in and drawing that foul.
Third team foul, first on Boggs. And Siani Red Howard, 5'9" sophomore transfer from Holy Spirit. She has 3 points on a three-pointer in the first quarter. Makes the first free throw. She has 4 now. And Dalzell back on. Geramini rest for Mainland.
Betson not thrilled with that over-the-head pass that Geramini tried to hit her teammate with last time down on offense.
Red Howard makes them both. She's got 5. It's 33-22. Marone in the backcourt. Brings it across with the dribble. Chased by Crawford. Marone passes right side. They get down to Watson right of the lane. She gives to Shane. Her shot's up and good.
Textbook give and go there. Giving it up to Watson. Shane getting it right back, laying it in.
Harris Hood was wide open. Didn't think she would be. Tried to make a pass, and the ball's loose on the floor.
Shane on top of that thing. I don't know how Atlantic City was able to tie it up, but they do call a jump ball, and the possession stays with Atlantic City.
She went down the lane and expected the defender to stay with her. Defender dropped off. She was all alone, but she'd already committed to a pass. But Atlantic City has the arrow, so they inbound. Red Howard holding, finally gets it in to Harris Hood. She brings it out between the circles. Red Howard with the ball, guarded by Watson. Screen right. Red Howard feeds inside nicely to Hassan, who lays it in. She couldn't even have seen her. She just figured that's where she was going to be.
No space at all to make that pass, but somehow Atlantic City was able to pull it off.
35-24. Mainland by 11. Boggs, left wing. Gets to Watson, top of the key. Starts a drive back to Boggs. Right side, Shane holds, repositions people. Shane on the right wing. Boggs, top of the key. Left side, Marone. They closely guard her. She's hit 3 times from out there. Watson starts a drive, whistle, foul. It's the 6th foul in Atlantic City, so they won't be shooting.
We haven't seen Watson put the ball on the floor from the outside a lot successfully in this game. She had a couple turnovers in the first half, but that's time she liked the matchup. It was one-on-one, and she took advantage.
Robertson commits the foul first. I'm not sure what the delay was, but Mainland will inbound. Shane gets it into Boggs. Boggs to the foul line, down the lane. The shot's up and good, and she's fouled.
And a huge boost there for Mainland. Atlantic City slowly trying to creep back into the game, but just like that, the and one, and now Mainland back up by 13, a chance to make it 14.
Hassan commits the foul, her second. And on the line is Gabby Boggs. She has 5. Free throws no good. Rebound by Hassan. 37-24, Mainland by 13. Harris Hood, top of the key. Backs off. The one senior in the Atlantic City basketball team. Red Howard started to drive, almost lost it. Now she goes strong the other way. It's blocked by Watson. Rebound taken off by Marone. At the other end, Shane into the lane. Shot's good.
So you see a little of the defensive prowess there by Kylie Watson. Obviously, we talk so much about her offensive skill set, but defense just as imposing. And then Shane turns out with a layup at the other end.
Harris Hood takes a screen and scores the layup and fouled. She's got 6. And the foul is called on Shane. That's her 4th. She's replaced by, actually she's not replaced. Oh, she is now.
She may be now.
Geramini comes to the table. Yep. Geramini for Shane, and Nazarok's back on, replacing Marone. Free throw here for Kadena Harris Hood. She has 6 points. And she's short with a free throw. And a rebound foul is called, I think, on Watson.
Yeah, it looked like Hassan had position on Watson on the inside, and Kylie just tried to go over the top, got whistled for it.
Her 3rd. Bressel comes in to replace Harris Hood. No, to replace Crawford. Harris Hood will inbound. She gets it in to Robertson. Robertson, top of the key, couldn't get the 3. On the wing, Harris Hood wants to get it to Hassan's, guarded by Watson, but was unable to. Robertson, top of the key. Bressel with the ball. Bressel brings it to Harris Hood. She starts a drive, little jump hook. It's good. No glass. Swish. And she's fouled.
Atlantic City saying not just yet, still very much in this game now, trying to climb within 10 with 4.5 to go here as Harris Hood has come up with some big buckets here in the fourth to try and keep her team in it.
Third foul on Nazarok. Free throw for Harris Hood. She scored 8 points in the game. High for the Vikings. Shane's back in with 4 fouls. 39-28. And here comes Red Howard back in. She's got 3 fouls. Hassan did nice work inside. She sits down. Free throw for Harris Hood. It's good. She's got 9. It's a 10-point lead for Mainland. Ball loose on the floor, and needless to say, they're all diving for it. Atlantic City trying to call timeout and gets it.
Amazing no one was on the line. I mean, it was right in the corner. You had to figure someone's touching that ball on the line, but AC gets the timeout.
They only have one more. That's their 4th timeout of the game unofficially. 39-29, Mainland by 10. Game of the Week produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN, brought to you by Atlantic Care with urgent care centers all over South Jersey. Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you'll continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. At Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. They're open weekdays until 6, Saturdays until 6, and Sundays until 4. Help is just around the corner at Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464 or visit them online at shorehardware.com. This game also brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team every week. Calvi Electric, a longtime supporter of coverage of high school sports, football and basketball, and very much into this game are George and Mike Bressel as they watch their daughter and or granddaughter. Inbounds, it comes to Red Howard. She gets it back. And a whistle, a traveling violation on Harris Hood.
Good tight defense that time. That was Taylor Dalzell in the lane right against Harris Hood, and the right call. She did shuffle the feet. She didn't come to a jump stop at the end.
Faders on, replaces Hassan for Atlantic City. Mainland possession. They're up 10 with 4:21 left in the fourth quarter. Dalzell with the ball. Guarded by Harris Hood. It's intercept. Nope. A nice catch by Watson is about to be intercepted, and Watson drives to the basket and lays it in off the glass.
Not supposed to be that easy. She slices through 2 defenders and almost a turnover, but in the end, it's a layup for Kylie Watson.
Bressel in the lane. Her shot hits the bottom of the rim. Rebound taken off by Boggs, and she throws it away. Atlantic City possession. They're down 12 with 3:53 left fourth quarter.
Scott Betson wants to know why his team is rushing so much. I mean, certainly you like the layup, but you don't have to press the issue if you don't have to. And that time, really a careless turnover for Mainland.
Crawford back in for Atlantic City. And Nazarok comes on, replacing Jeremini for Mainland. Inbounds to Harris Hood. She's at the top of the key. Crosses over into the lane. Feeds inside to Hassan. She's double teamed. Shot blocked by Boggs. Rebound loose. Grabbed finally by Nazarok. Watson throws it away. Picked off by Red Howard. She gets it to Harris Hood, who drives. Shot blocked. Rebound taken off by Nazarok. Watson across half court. 2-on-1, now 2-on-2, so she backs off. 3:15 left fourth quarter, Mainland by 12. And they're going to use that clock to their advantage. Vikings are in the bonus. Dalzell swings it right side to Boggs. Nazarok back to Boggs on the left wing. She brings it out with a dribble. Shane with the ball. Ball tipped away and stolen by Red Howard. Red Howard is bumped, and Shane fouls out of the game.
That's tough because Shane was trying to pull off of that play, and there really wasn't a lot of contact. But again, Red Howard, great body control. She knew the defender Shane was there, and she leaned in. She created the contact.
Her 5th, team 6th. She sits down with 5 points. Geramini's back on. And Fader is back on for Atlantic City. Red Howard will shoot. Really, she's shooting 1 and 1. Well, she's not. She's shooting 2.
I was about to say, if that's not in the act, I'm not sure what is.
Her first miss, she was 2 for 2 on the line. She has 5 points in the game. Hits this one. 6 for Red Howard. It's 41-30. Dalzell with the ball. Bounces it to Boggs. Boggs has it stolen by, well, no, Geramini kept possession. Timeout Mainland. 2:40 remaining in the 4th quarter. The Mustangs call timeout. Assume it's a full timeout. We've had no signal yet from the official. It is. Timeout called by Scott Betson. His team leads 41-30. You'll like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Heist Insurance Agency. They're coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years experience. Flood, boat, auto, life, health. They offer it all at the Heist Agency with convenient offices in Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. Phone 609-399-0453. You'll also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. Tomorrow at 7, Mike Gill, Mike Frankel will be at Absegami, Atlantic City against Pleasantville in a boys semifinal right here on 97.3 ESPN. And on Saturday at noon, we'll have the championship doubleheader for you here on 97.3 ESPN. The girls, Ocean City against the winner of this game, and the boys to follow at 2 o'clock. State tournament coverage begins next week.
Hard to believe, right? It comes fast. I mean, you wait all season and you sort of build for the postseason, and all of a sudden, boom, Cape Atlantic League tournament, and then the state playoffs. And as you know, that goes by in the blink of an eye. You win a game, you get to practice in the next day, but then you're right back on the court the following day.
Right. Mainland possession. Boggs with the ball, gets it to Geramini. Time starting to run out on Atlantic City. They're down 11. Full court pressure by Bressel. And a whistle, an offensive foul, I think. Yep, an offensive foul is called against Taylor Dalzell, who kind of leaned her hip out to try to take Bressel out of the play. Didn't make much contact, but enough to draw a whistle.
It was sort of awkward looking, right? I mean, there wasn't a lot of contact there, but they just sort of clipped feet, and I'm not sure if Dalzell really moved, but I think because, Bressel sort of got bumped and almost went to the ground on the way by, the officials almost had to call it.
It'll come inbounds from Crawford. She gets it to Robertson, who puts it in the hands of Red Howard. Red Howard at half court. Harris Hood at half court. Starts a move. Hassan hits the floor. Harris Hood up no good. Rebound by Boggs. She fell down away from the play. She's up on her feet now, back on defense. 2 minutes left. Mainland by 11. Atlantic City's going to have to foul him. Crawford guarding Geramini. Going to be a double team. Robertson actually just pats her on the back. They used to be teammates at Holy Spirit. But it's a 1-and-1 here as Robertson commits her second foul.
Just going to come down to free throws, obviously, for Mainland, and a nice cushion to work with, too. So there's a little bit of margin for error to work with at the free throw line. But if the Mustangs can bang a couple down here in the next minute, they'll wrap this one up.
Geramini misses the free throw, but Boggs chases down the rebound. She's pinned to the sideline and fouled.
And a killer for Atlantic City. I mean, you get the miss on the line, and you just have to get that rebound. A long rebound, and AC just not able to track it down.
Third foul on Hassan. Gabby Boggs. She's got 5 points. She's 1 for 3 on the line. Makes this one. She's got 6. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Both good by Boggs. Mustangs by 13, moving closer to their first spot in the finals in 22 years. Holding is Harris Hood. Gets it to Robertson. Robertson inside the lane, off the dribble, falls off the rim. Rebound taken by Boggs. Boggs gets it to Dalzell, who whips it down court into the hands of Nazarok. Giramini is fouled by Crawford. Still 1-1. Next time it'll be the double bonus. Giramini is 4 points in the game. Yeah, 4 points in the game. She is 0 for 1 on the line. Makes the first one.
Giramini, one of those seniors we talked about, and transfer obviously from Holy Spirit, but you know, one of a number of seniors for Mainland that knows this is their time. This is their time to make that run.
Missed the second one. Rebounds on the floor. Harris Hood had it, and then she's fouled. 9th foul on Mainland. So it'll be 1-1. The foul's on Watson, her 4th.
Atlantic City's got to go right now. I mean, it's an uphill climb, no doubt, but just running too much offense, taking too much time off the clock, and right now they'll go to the free throw line, but next possession or two, they have to hurry to try to find a way to get back in this thing.
Harris Hood at the line. She shoots a 1-1, but it'll be 2 after this. There's only 1 minute and 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Harris Hood misses the free throw. The rebound by Giramini, and she's fouled. .109 between Mainland and a trip to the finals against Ocean City for a 3rd meeting. Giramini back on the line. She's 1 for 3. She'll shoot 2 here. Pretty good track athlete, too. Missed the free throw.
Heading on to play college hoops. I believe it's St. Leo is the name of the school, Florida. Division II. Yeah, tremendous athlete. And how much fun is that Cal final going to be on Saturday, Tom, if this holds and Mainland hangs on here up by 15? It's packed anyway at Stockton University, but a Mainland Ocean City rivalry game, look out. Tough ticket.
And the boys' game should draw pretty well, too, no matter who it is.
No doubt.
And I think Watson just fouled out of the game. Yep. Not going to matter much, probably, with 1 minute and 1 second left, but Shane's already fouled out.
Great effort by Watson here tonight, Tom. We had heard that she was a little under the weather, and you saw that maybe a little bit early on, but she really settled in nicely and really dominated the paint, as we all know she can, and really settled in. And unselfish, too. I mean, not only leading the Mustangs in scoring, but not forcing anything, kicking it out, finding open teammates, and she gets a well-deserved round of applause from the crowd as she exits.
Marone replaces her. On the line is Red Howard, shooting 2. It's a double bonus. Missed the first one. She has 6 points, 3 for 5 on the line. Missed the second one, rattled out. So Mainland with the ball, and they foul Nazarok in the backcourt. We'll see how they play this, but this final 57 seconds could be long.
Could be.
Fader's 3rd foul.
Hoping for our dinner's sake, Atlantic City. I mean, they battled, no doubt. This isn't a knock on Atlantic City, but at this point, it's pretty close to time to wave the white flag.
Nazarok on the line. She's 2 for 2. Takes her time and makes it. She lines the ball up kind of strange, just to the right of her eyes. but she really takes the right time and everything to relax and get into a foul shooting position.
Whatever works.
Absolutely.
Certainly looks a lot better than Shaquille O'Neal used to shoot him, I'll tell you that.
She doesn't hit much more than net. She's made them both there. She's got 4 points. Bressel with the ball. Bounces. And the ball's loose and stolen away from Harris Hood by Geramini. Geramini in the backcourt. Across half court. So Mainland's going to win it here and improve to 24-0 and take on Ocean City at noon Saturday in a game you can hear here on 97.3 ESPN. There's a steal by Fader, and Red Howard is charged with an offensive foul. Her fourth. The possession goes to Mainland with 25 seconds left.
The end of high school basketball games. Funny thing sometimes, right, Tom? I mean, Atlantic City saying not to foul, yet players still pressuring. Then you get a turnover. Then you get a Mainland player hitting the deck pretty hard at the other end. And it's just, you really don't need any of it at this point. But high school kids, you never know.
Lauren Toner, a 5'2 junior, checks into the game. Comes into Boggs and Geramini. She brings it up court. 47-30. Mainland's going to advance. Atlantic City with a good effort. And now they just stop dribbling and hold the ball. 47-30, the final score here at St. Augustine. Mainland outscored them 14-10 in the fourth quarter and wins it by 17. The Mustangs are undefeated, the only undefeated team, boys or girls, in South Jersey. They're 24-0, and they're going to play Ocean City, who's 18-7, in the championship game at noon on Saturday. Ocean City took them into overtime twice, and we'll see what happens the third time around.
Yeah, the first two contests were thrilling. Ocean City actually the last time around had a chance to win it right at the end. I mean, there was .9 on the clock and just wouldn't go down. So I know Ocean City's been sort of chomping at the bit to get another chance at the Mustangs. And we talked about it. Certainly the Cal final is now set. There could be a fourth meeting down the line, potentially once again in the South Jersey Group 3 final. But these two teams will worry about that in a week or two. It's all the attention on that Cal final at Stockton right now.
We'll take time out for some messages. You're listening to Cape Atlantic League Tournament Basketball on 97.3 ESPN. We're back here at St. Augustine Prep. Tom Williams along with Mike Frankel, where Mainland has defeated Atlantic City 47-30 to improve to 24-0 and move into the championship game in the Girls Cape Atlantic Tournament with Ocean City. Kylie Watson with 13 points. Claudia Marone had 9 on a trio of three-pointers. Gabby Boggs scored 7, 6 by Francesca Geramini. Georgia Shane had 5 points, 4 for Alyssa Nazarok, and 3 for Taylor Dalzell. Atlantic City now 13-11. Got 9 from Kadena Harris Hood, 7 points from Megan Crawford, 6 points from Shakia Hassan, and also from Siani Red Howard. And Madison Bressel scored 2. Any other stats jumping out at you, Mike?
Well, it was a story of Mainland defensively, Tom. And, Atlantic City had the lead after 1. But after that, I mean, the Mustangs really locked down defensively. Atlantic City shooting just under 26% for the game. And then, three-point line for AC. They knocked down a couple early on, but didn't shoot a bunch, just shot 2 for 3. But the Vikings also not helping themselves at the free throw line, going 8 for 14. So, it was a 17-point game in the end. If a couple more of those free throws go down for Atlantic City and maybe a couple more field goals, it's a much different feel at the end of this game. But give Mainland a ton of credit for, not only not panicking after they're down after one quarter, but getting things going offensively and clamping down on defense. I mean, there was that stretch we talked about where I think Atlantic City had, maybe like 5 points from the second quarter through almost the end of the third quarter, and that was obviously the stretch of the game where Mainland was able to build that lead, and the Mustangs never looked back.
All right, so here in the semifinals tonight, Ocean City defeated Millville 41-35, and Mainland defeated Atlantic City 47-30. It's Ocean City and Mainland for the Cape Atlantic Girls Championship Saturday at noon, and you'll hear that on 97.3 ESPN. Also tomorrow night at 7, Mike Gill and Mike Frankel will be at Absegami for the Atlantic City Pleasantville semifinal. We thank Josh, our award-winning producer, for his outstanding work, Mike Rizzo and everybody here at St. Augustine Prep for their hospitality. For Mike Frankel, Tom Williams, the final score, and by the way, Joe Fussner with the stats, and of course Matt Ulmer manning the camera for the live stream. Final score, it was Mainland 47, Atlantic City 30. Stay tuned for more Cape Atlantic Tournament basketball on 97.3 ESPN.